We're going to talk to you today about the top 3 things that I think that every nonprofit needs to look at in terms of improving your website. Just 3 quickie hits that can absolutely take you to that next level. So number 1 is a blog. If you don't have a blog, then get one. There is free software, WordPress. You can either bolt that onto your existing website or you can rebuild your website using WordPress. Absolutely fantastic. The blog is crucial because it's all about telling a really good story. And that is absolutely crucial to what every nonprofit does, is communicating what you do. And the blog gives you an avenue to do that that doesn't bloat your website, and it doesn't appear redundant or stupid, because you can kind of blog about the same topics again and again and again, because that's kind of the format of a blog. While I think that blogging is absolutely crucial, it's a simple thing to add, but in and of itself is obviously is not going to drive a whole lot of results for you. You got to use it. Number 2 would be calls to action. If I had to mention, this is my number 1 pet peeve that I see on most nonprofit websites, is just the lack of really clearly defined calls to action. You need to be really specific and tell people exactly what you want them to do. We noticed on one particular website where they do take donations, by putting a gigantic red donate button in the top right-hand corner that was almost obnoxious in terms of how large it was, showed us like a 40% improvement in donations. That simple call to action, making it that pronounced on the website, had such a significant impact. It's not just donations either. Become a member, find out more, join our newsletter, request information. There are so many actions that you want people to do on your website. You've got to spell that out for them. You really need to drive people exactly where you want them to be and tell them exactly what you want them to do. Number 3 would be fix your errors. Most websites have some kind of technical errors underlying the guts of your website, whether it's broken links or error codes, or they're just a variety of technical problems that most websites will typically have, a website of any size anyway, that you may be completely unaware of. And good SEO, I'll tell you, starts with having a good, sound technical foundation. So fixing those errors in some ways can have a pretty significant benefit in terms of search engines, but also for the user experience. If you've got broken links on your website, somebody goes and they hits a link and they want to see your photo gallery from last year's fundraiser, and they get a 404 page cannot be found, that leaves a really negative impression, makes you appear unprofessional, and in some cases they may hit the back button, or they may just leave. They may leave your website altogether. So I'm going to walk you through a really easy way to fix your technical errors. Now, you don't have to necessarily be a webmaster. I'm just going to give you the high points that you can then give to somebody in order to fix your website. But we're going to look at a few things. I want you to go download, just go do a Google search for Screaming Frog Spider. Fun name for a piece of software. There's a free version that'll crawl up to 1,000 pages of your website. I want you to get that installed. I'll wait. Not really. And then we're going to basically just type in your URL into the box at the top and hit go. And it's going to go and it's going to crawl your entire website. And you'll see it start to fill in the results as it pulls those pages back. So let that finish, and then the first thing I want you to do is click over on the tab that says response codes. Now, this is going to show you all the codes that that piece of software got from your website when it tried to browse every page and crawl each page of your site. What I want you to do is hit the box, see where it says filter in the top left. We're going to filter that by error codes. It'll say 4XX. So these are just the most significant problems on your site. There are a lot of things in this software. This is where I want you to start, fixing your most significant errors. So that's going to come back and show you any page cannot be found errors, a 404 error, 403 errors. You need to look at those, and if there's a large number of them, hit the export button, spit that out as a CSV file, and give that to your webmaster, give that to your IT people. But you've got some pages, some broken pages, broken links, etc., that need to be fixed on your site. Now I want you to click over to the tab that says page titles. We're going to look at how you're telling search engines what the titles of your pages are. And this is one of the simplest and most effective ways that you can emphasize a specific page or topic to a search engine, is by having a page title that says this is our membership page. So I want you to scroll down that list and see if, number 1, are they all unique? Does it just say your organization's name for every one of those page titles? Because that's a big no-no. You are missing out if you do not have unique page titles for every page on your site. You also want to look for, are you really putting your best foot forward? Are you being very descriptive? If I were searching for you, would your page titles be a good indicator on which page I should view on your website? So think about the user intent. Lastly, I want you to click on the tab that's the meta descriptions. Now you can think of this as the two-sentence description on the Google search result that it'll show your page title, it'll show the URL, and then it'll show that description. That is one of the most responsible pieces of your website that get people to click through. So they're going to look at your page title, then they're going to look at the description of that page. Is that the answer to the question that I asked in search engines? If you haven't crafted good meta descriptions for each page on your website, then you are absolutely missing the boat. You are not getting the kind of traffic that you could be if you really told me about why I should click on that page and that page is where I want to go. So check that out. You can export a lot of those things out of a Screaming Frog, and as I mentioned, there's just an enormous amount that software will do. We'll do another video, or we'll do a webinar on that sometime soon, so we can really dive into some of the more detailed aspects of how you can fix your website. But start with those three, and I guarantee you will see some immediate results just by fixing those technical errors, fixing your calls to action, and adding a blog is a great long-term way that you can better tell your story.